Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Crushing Through Life podcast. This is episode 2. I'm Rob, and with me is my friend Jim.
What's up, guys?
So we ended up with our last episode talking about why we're doing this. So I think we'd like to begin by saying this has been a pretty difficult year. Obviously, we haven't seen each other since March.
Maybe. Oh yeah, no, definitely March. Yeah,
Definitely March.
I was gonna say before that, but no, yeah, definitely March.
Yeah, I remember when COVID started and the lockdown. The first thing I did I kind of celebrated at home with the wife just to try to cheer her up because it was St. Patty's Day.
So hold on, let me get a little backtrack for a second here.
Okay.
The first words out of your mouth were, I remember the first thing I did with the lockdown is we celebrated. I don't think that was everyone's take. I just gonna throw that out there.
Definitely not everyone's take. I think okay, bad choice of words there.
It's fine. I can understand, especially when in a busy life, you guys now have some time together. You know, like you said,
yeah, I think what I meant to say was we kind of just. I kind of wanted to lift her spirit. I wanted to lift her spirits a little bit, and all we did was like I think I threw what was it, an at-home party with all of our Philips Hue lights that we did in our family room.
Very nice.
And synced it up with an application called Hue Sync or whatever. Made some disco lights happen with some dance music. Had a few drinks. Couldn't go out and celebrate St. Patty's Day with our friends as usual, so I wanted to do something, and that was one way of, kind of cheering her up as this was starting. But yeah, definitely not everyone is celebrating COVID.
Well, you know what? I guess I prematurely jumped on you there because you said celebrate, and I didn't let you finish and say celebrate St. Patty's. I was just, it's the big COVID bash.
Yeah.
But that's and you know what? I've always thought you've been really good at that, really creative at those types of things. Making a home. Not just a home, it's a club, it's a party, it's a gym, it's a workspace, a safe space, tons of stuff, and you're very good at that.
Yeah, just thinking about what I was trying to do, and what I always strive to do was just try to make her happy as much as possible, and this kind of like dives into one of our topics that we like to talk about or want to talk about is relationships, right? Mm-hmm. So, obviously devastating news of what's happening around the world. She was sad about it, and I said, you know what, let's make the best of it. We're kind of stuck inside here. We got all these things that we can do to enjoy the space that we have. We're very lucky to have these things, and let's enjoy them. So threw on the lights, threw on the music, and just kind of dance and had a few drinks to celebrate St. Patty's Day.
And that's amazing, especially for what you do, and your wife is a very big advocate for personal mental health and strength, and the people, the biggest advocates of that, they need the support too. So it's great that when she's down, you're always there to pick her up. So
yeah,
in that moment, whenever
for sure, man. Yeah, you have to be with you definitely have to be with someone that you want to I guess push in the right direction, right? You always want to, and you want that back from your partner as well. You want your partner to push you in the right direction. So it's definitely a give and take relationship that you want to achieve, or relationship goals that you want to achieve.
Yeah.
But we have it easy where we've been together for a long time. We've been together since we're 13 years old, like I said in episode 1. So, just saying, hey, you know what? Let's have a few drinks and throw on some lights and just have a silly goose time, man. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. We can keep up with the news, but we got to do something to kind of still celebrate the lives that we have, right? So,
right.
Yeah. Other than that, like, we definitely wanted to start this podcast. Well, I guess you ever since COVID started, we've been talking a lot more, like you said, and I'm sure all these friends that have been doing this since the start of this have had the same idea. Like, why don't we start a podcast? I was like, why don't we start a podcast? Just do it.
Yeah.
Just get it done. And
Mhm.
that's one of the things too that I want to start doing in life is just, getting things done. Um, you know, talking about it, but putting it into action.
The action is the biggest, obviously, is the biggest part. So, there's so many ideas, there's so many things you want to do, and then life just happens, and it's, you blink and it goes by, and another week goes by, and like even now, all of a sudden, half a year's gone by. We've been in COVID for 4 months. Like it's a long time to kind of go through that. And my trainer I used to work out with, he said something to me, and it changed my perspective. And I know I slide all the time on this, but he just said, if you think of something, just do it now. My boss says the same thing, because if you don't do it now, if you think about all the times you've thought of something and you don't do it, whether it's doing the dishes, doing whatever, it's this negative thing. It just builds up in your mind. And first of all, it clears the space, but if you don't do it, you're always going to just let it slide. And for me, what that implies, or what it impacts the most, is making meals, like meal prep for the next day, because I work
Yeah.
in an office, and I'm really, really lazy with that. And there comes a time, 10:30, 11 before bed, I have the energy. I'm not like, a little groggy before sleep. And I think of it and I'm like, let's just cut up some vegetables for tomorrow, salad, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I'll do it tomorrow. And then I wake up, I'll never do it. So, like you said, I think taking the action is really big. And this, idea of a podcast and us becoming closer is, it kind of helped me too. I just want to say, mentally through COVID, is I'm such a people person, and getting to see, your friendly face and some others, and, once a week, 2 weeks, whatever, it really helps you feel like you're not isolated. Like it's my wife, it's, the two of us here, and it's great. But just the two of us, alone forever is a long,
Yeah. I,
time, and you
and it's a
kind of
little,
pick each other up.
yeah. And it's a little different too, right? Like you can talk to somebody on the phone, but you could also doing the Zoom calls, like something else, just seeing your face live with your reactions and seeing your emotions. It's like, it's another level of that human interaction that I think we're all missing, right, when we're stuck at home. And
It's
that's one of
different
the big
than
things.
Zooming. To give it credit, is different than FaceTime or whatnot, because I feel like people, it's like, okay, I'm sick of holding the phone. I'm sick of being on the phone as an action, but to sit in front of a computer, I could just put it up like, hey, you want to watch an episode of TV? We'd never do that, but like, like, or there's a couple people hanging out, or like your whole family's there, and people celebrated birthdays, weddings, like pretty cool. They got through that.
Yeah, for sure. And then of course going back to um, putting things into action. Um, One thing that I've always been a sucker of, and just this is going back to like working out, specifically with your trainers. Like I've always like gone to the gym. Like I've always
Right.
been that guy who would sign up for a gym membership and not go. Even if it's like that act of just like buying a gym membership, and for some reason I've already done the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've already bought the gym membership. I'm already losing weight. I don't have to go. I'm going to order this pizza. Like,
Yeah,
I always, yeah.
one determines the other.
I've already spent the money. I'm already
Yeah,
fit. I already have a six
I'm
pack.
I'm going to go again. Therefore, I could eat now. I'll lose the weight the next time I go.
Yeah, yeah. But not doing that anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
actually not buying a gym membership and then actually putting in the work and the discipline and working out every day. It's been pretty huge for me, like specifically past this past year. Um uh I'll let everyone know now, like last year, um I weighed in at about 100 or 250 pounds. I wish it was 150 pounds. 250 pounds, and that has all been due to the fact that I have a desk job, right? I work IT. I work I sit down all day, go out, eat fast food for lunch, uh, couple that with a sugar addiction. It's like all these things that are just kind of,
It's a bad recipe, that's for
oh
sure.
yeah,
You know, like
terrible.
it's not, and that's the thing. Without the action, it's so easy to just that's your routine every single day. So,
Yeah.
you know, to give you the credit, you didn't finish, but actually, I'll let you finish because you said that
Yeah,
you
no
made
worries.
this, and no, keep going, man.
But yeah, like this coming, I think it's the end of August. It'll be 1 year since I kind of really put in um, that new workout regimen where like I'm working out every day, and I'm down to 194 now. And looking back, it's like, what the hell was I doing? Right?
Yeah.
What the hell was I thinking? Just like not taking care of your body, you're turning through. And I think it was the turning 30 thing that did it for me too. Was just like, you know, you really need to put things into perspective and focus on yourself and better yourself. Otherwise, you can't take care of like the people that that matters most to you, like my
Hmm.
family, my wife, my kid, whatever, right? So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, and so it's pretty motivational. For me, and I kind of mentioned in the last podcast, I think, but just watching you and another friend and having you guys, sort of invite me into your, um, just I guess positive work ethic. To be around. They always say, the people that you surround yourself with, you become more like them, and
Hmm.
you know the the specific to like you guys drive me to better myself. And I'll be honest, I've always been blessed with a pretty good metabolism, and I think it's I've cheated and I've taken advantage, like you said. I fell victim to they sold me a gym membership. Is a pretty funny story forever ago, but yeah, they sold me a gym membership and I never went back once. And it's the money, I guess, didn't really bother me. It's more, do you allow yourself the excuse to be, hey, should I go to the gym? And it's kind of far away and whatever. And if you're comfortable with that and you get used to it, it's really tough to change that mentality. And that's what you guys did for me. Because now, I don't meet anybody. I do it all from home. And I got to say, I find it so easy to just, and not so easy, but easier to get up and face myself and want to do better.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I actually owe this a lot to my brother. Um, he's been really that guiding light in terms of doing something so simple. Like we've created a WhatsApp group, right? Brothers Getting Fit, and all we did was start the number one at the beginning of the year, January 1st, do a workout, you know, 30 minutes, get your heart rate up to 120, do a half-hour workout, get some sweat, do whatever you need to do
Mhm.
to put in that work every day and increment that number. So one, the next day is two, the next day is three. The
So
workout
simple.
every
Yep.
day. It's so simple. And then it really drives discipline, or at least invites discipline into your life, where you start to hone it a little bit better and you start to figure out what times you want to do workouts, or even pushes you a little bit further where he may do a workout first before you do a workout that day, so that it's like, I gotta get this done now. Or like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
or even like you have an extremely busy day, like before you even go to bed, it's like, he did one, I gotta get one in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and especially, between brothers, there's always a little bit of a competitive edge. And that's what's kind of cool
Yeah.
is you guys are both pushing each other to be healthier. And I think through that, again, to go back to like, to being mentally strong and the discipline that you mentioned, those things all stem together. And I think that's one of the biggest things for me starting to work out, and especially by myself, is before I thought I needed somebody. I definitely would need somebody to go to the gym. I'm not like but figuring out that I could just do it from home. I just do it in my office at home. Like, there's so much space. There's so like, it's easy. But
Yeah.
the thing is, you got to take the action and you got to do it, because all of a sudden if it's after work and then you have dinner and you're like, ugh, I don't know. And like, well, I have the time, but
Just
you know,
so
if
packed.
if if you don't do it, then another day goes by and another day, and your brother's like, all of a sudden he's
Yeah,
climbing up,
man.
and
And there's been times where like I've done a few days in a break, or I've gone somewhere with my wife or away without our kid around, so we're enjoying our time together. That, that is so rare these days alone. Um, that I don't work out because we're just like we're partying, we're relaxing, whatever, and I don't do a work, and I see those numbers increment, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I can only imagine, and even
But
going back, like I'm 31. I couldn't even imagine if I started doing this when I was, I don't know, 28, 25 years old, and just keeping up with my body.
yeah, I'm a little disappointed, and that's why, I said it last episode too. I'm glad that, we started this, and I wish we did it before, but the thing is we didn't, and we're doing it now. And we're not going to be 35, 36 saying the same thing about being 31, 32, looking back at 25, 26. And
100%.
and that's the biggest thing. So, we're taking the action now, and we're getting it done. And it's fun to do it together. um, but it's pretty cool to did you ever you kind of mentioned it, so you joined a gym?
I've joined several gyms.
Oh, you've done multiple gyms. Okay. All right. Yeah. See, for me, they only got me the one time.
Oh,
It was good. I learned my
oh, there's
lesson.
been 3 or 4.
Oh man, they see a pigeon when you walk
Oh, I
in,
was a
eh?
pigeon, man. Yeah, it was just like I didn't have the right mentality, and
Yeah.
it was like for some reason the act of joining a gym, I probably worked out like maybe a month or two, maybe once or twice a week, just kind of like not really caring, just like it's like I can't believe I got to go in here, like it's a chore, like
Right.
it's a thing I don't want to do. Where now it's like I'm doing it at home. Um, it's a half an hour of my day. It's not much time,
30
and
minutes is
I'm getting
nothing.
30 minutes is nothing, and I'm getting a good workout in. And sometimes I even go. I try to go past 30 minutes, right? Like,
Mm.
um, for me, even in a workout, I try to do, stretching. Flexibility is like huge for me, just because I'm sitting down most of the day, then doing a bit of a cardio, and then doing some sort of strength training, and then rotating, your body type every day, so
Yeah.
you're not in too much pain as possible. But yeah, even now, like going for runs, I like going for runs now.
See, I'm not there yet, but I
Man,
don't I don't
I wouldn't have,
enjoy like
yeah, I wouldn't have said that like a year or two ago. I like going for runs. It's pretty crazy. Um, you know, so cardio's keeping up.
my wife and I go once we're done. We're both done work. She works on a West Coast schedule for Amazon, but
Hmm.
so she's not done till a little bit later. But um, generally I kind of do a workout, and then we go out later, and I'll do rollerblading while she bikes, or sometimes she just walks. She got a bike now, so but before she was walking while I'm rollerblading, and I try and zoom around a block and come back and meet her
Hmm.
while she's hustling to keep up. But yeah, and I'm not there at the running yet. I think I'm more likely to run on a treadmill, um, but we'll see. I
Well,
don't know.
progression, right? Like, I mean, if you get to that point, I found that I liked it, and I didn't like it before, and it's just like something that I can do that I guess when I'm working out every day, just to get that heart rate up as fast as
Mm,
possible,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. How do you like working out with a trainer versus doing it on your own?
The trainer was because I was working out with another friend, whose actual trainer it was. So he kind of just helped me out, showed me, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't hurting myself. That was the main goal was, if you don't know anything, but you want to better yourself, sometimes it's tough. But I actually got one of those apps, um, and I really, really like it. It's beating me down when I work out and I'm sweating, and I feel, so good when I finished. The first one was so tough. I actually didn't know the structure of it, and I thought, "There's no way I'm gonna die," but like I'm actually gonna die before I finish this workout. And because I was doing some stuff at home, but not really challenging myself, and this thing it was so good, and it really really pushes me. And then it'll ask you afterwards, "How was that?" And it gives you a scale of 1 to 5, and I usually hit 3, and I'm getting better and better because I worry that if I say it was too easy, the next time they're just going to kill me. Like, I don't know how
Yeah.
the progression works, but I know for sure, sometimes it's too hard, but I think that's my fitness level. But I to go back to your question, I guess I didn't really answer, but I do enjoy kind of working. I've always been self-conscious, so that's the thing of why going to a gym never appealed to me.
Right.
And working out with a trainer that I barely knew but trusted, he made it so easy. You know, I wasn't sure what I was doing, and I told him that, and it was. I'm sure it's like that if you go see a trainer at a gym. But you know,
Yeah.
that was my big, and I'm sure that's where I'm not the only one. Like people don't want to go to a gym because they're like, someone's going to see me working out, but everyone there is,
Yeah.
you know, what they should
No
be
one
thinking is like,
cares.
no one cares,
No
and
one
everyone
gives a
there is
shit.
like, look at that person. That person is
Yeah.
trying to better themselves. Like,
Yeah.
what an idiot. No one thinks that, and I, you know, still to this day, and that's honestly when I don't know if I'm too self-conscious to go out and run. I just don't know if I you know, enjoy the idea of spending 20, 30 minutes running. I'd rather, you know, do a bunch of different workouts, you know, different exercises at home.
Sure, man.
I'm not there yet, but you know, even then, like, and actually that's why I enjoy the rollerblade after workout, is it really calms me down. Like, you know, my breathing gets a little tight near the end and I'm just out of breath. And then rollerblading is so smooth and the weather's been
Yeah,
so
man. And it's been great to get like a great de-stressor, right? Like at the end of the
exactly. Yeah.
day, work's done. I'm going blading, right?
Perfect. Yeah.
Blades of glory.
Blades of glory.
All right, guys. Well, that's been episode 2. We'll catch you on episode 3 of Crushing Through Life.
Crushing through life. Thanks, guys.
All right, bye.